Good morning. This is Crystal with Whole New Perspective. Guys, I want to thank you for supporting me and my channel. I want to thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't done so, please consider doing so. Hey guys, today one of the things I want to talk about is an article that I read in the Wall Street Journal. It's going to talk about the story. You know, it's from the CEO of Scott's Miracle-Gro. And if you are a gardener, you know about Miracle-Gro, and you know the Scott's brand if you do yard work. And what they do, they have fertilizer, seeds, things like that. They are mainly in most of their sales are in Home Depot and Lowe's. I think it's roughly 40%, and also Walmart and Target. So the CEO talked about the shortages that they faced in 2020 to the glut that they have right now. And that's what we are seeing. We're seeing a lot of shortages. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we're seeing glut. And that's what's happening with Scott's, the Scott's Miracle-Gro company. Now, in 2020, so many people were home from work, and a lot of people decided that they wanted to garden, and then a lot of people were doing yard work. And so they could not keep enough fertilizer or seeds on the shelves. And you all remember the shortages of seeds when they couldn't keep that they could not keep their Miracle-Gro on the shelves. And so like many other manufacturing companies, they needed to ramp that up. And the more that was on the shelves, the more they could sell. And so to do that, what they did was invested in their company. And by doing that, they spent a lot of money to do that and hired, I'm sure, more people. And right now, what happened is, in 2022, they had increased the volume and the stores were not purchasing those volumes. And so now you have things on the shelves in several manufacturing companies. You know, what people are spending their money on right now is food, travel, and fuel. Those are the things that people are spending their money on right now. And for many other things that are being manufactured, there is an abundance of it because companies up their production due to the 2020 shortages. And so now those things are just sitting on the shelves. So what's happening with this particular company, they're having to lay employees off. So they had 450 people lay off, and with many more to come is what they're saying, because they're not able to sell it. And they're not going to slash the prices of the Miracle-Gro. They're just going to keep it on the shelves. They said that the fertilizer doesn't go bad. And I am in North Carolina. So one of the things in North Carolina that's going on with Amazon has 3 different stores that they're either closing or they're not going to build them in this area. So one of the stores that they're closing, they have 450 employees, but they said they aren't going to lay them off. They're going to give them an opportunity to go to some of their other locations in the surrounding area. And then there's a store that they are not, or a warehouse that they're not going to build at this time, and another one that they're just not going to build. And so that is playing out all around the world. I know many of you may have heard the CEO of FedEx, and he is saying that there is going to be a global crisis, a global recession. They have slowed down, and that many other companies follow suit with what they're doing. And we're starting to hear that and see that play out every day. I certainly know of many companies that are in the process of laying off. And one of the things that companies are needing to do is to manage all this inventory that they built up. There was such a buildup of inventory in 2021, early 2022, and those things just aren't able to be sold right now. Because again, people are spending their money on food, which you should be, travel, as well as fuel. And we know the fuel situation. You know, on the heels of a recession, one of the things that I will do and that I suggest doing is to just pray for guidance. That's one of the things. The first thing is to pray for guidance. Then you need to make sure that you have an emergency fund. And if you don't, it's time to build that emergency fund. Build it now. Make sure that you have plenty of food, emergency food stockpile, and then some emergency cash. Because cash right now, you know, during a recession, cash is king. So make sure that you have plenty of cash and cut back on as many expenses as you can. It's very important to, when you talk about that, is when you talk about cutting back, don't waste any food. Do not waste your food. Reuse it, freeze it, dehydrate it, preserve it in other ways. Just do your best not to waste any food. Pay close attention to that. Stay on top of your financial situation. You know, it's very important to stay on top of your financial situation, because you want to make sure you're prepared for any type of job loss. There'll be layoffs. Layoffs are coming. Layoffs are already here for a lot of people. So just make sure that you're on top of that, and make sure you have an updated resume and that's ready to go. You know, but one of the things I'll say is do not panic. Do not have any anxiety, because that is felt in your household. If you have anxiety, your family will feel that anxiety. Now, I want to tell you, back in 2020, I was watching someone on YouTube, and they had such a high level of anxiety. And it actually, the next thing you know, I had that anxiety. And I called my daughter and I was talking, we got to do this, we got to grab this, we got to run and get this, we got to do this. And the next thing you know, she had the anxiety. And I was listening to her and I thought, oh no, okay. And so I just calmed down and I told her, let's calm down. We have everything that we need. You know, we have everything that we need. And so I'm so thankful that I had that presence of mind to calm down. So listen, guard your mind, guard your mental health during this time. You know, if you are watching a lot of television or bad news or things that excite you or give you anxiety, just pause. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You do need to know what's going on, but don't consume yourself with those things if they're going to cause you some anxiety. Get outside. Have some fun. Have some fun. You don't have to spend money to have fun. So just do that. Get outside. Take some walks. Do things that bring you joy. Do some things that bring you joy. So guys, I just want to thank you again for watching my video. I would ask that you please give the video a thumbs up. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel. And please leave some comments below that might help people. You know, ways to save money, ways to have fun, some gardening tips, some preserving tips. You know, just leave some good comments below for people. And guys, let's continue to pray and prep. And everything is going to be fine. You'll come out of this fine.